Our last video is fairly straightforward. We are going to go over the instance of operator. The instance of operator is not too hard. You're not going to use it too much, but it's useful to know about. It's a way of saying, hey, what kind of, is this object a certain kind of object? And that makes more sense once we see it in context. So let's go ahead and say animal a.name plus is a, let's go ahead and test for reptile. Is a reptile, and then we'll do /t, and now we'll do an instance of statement right over here. I put in parentheses, by the way, so that we wouldn't do string concatenation too early. So a instance of, right? So it's one big, so it's just one big keyword, and then we put a class name in. So now we run it, and it prints out Sally slithers away. Oh, let's go ahead and just, because I'm a bit of a perfectionist there, Sally slithers away. Sally eats a peanut butter and a jelly sandwich with a crunch. Sally is a reptile. True, because, of course, Sally is a snake. A snake is a reptile. Andrew moves normally. Andrew eats a peanut butter and jelly sandwich generically. Andrew is a reptile. False, right? An animal is not necessarily a reptile. Lizzie scurries away. Lizzie the lizard, right? She is a reptile because lizards are reptiles. Ralph is a reptile, so that's true as well. Oscar is a reptile. Oscar is an animal. Animals aren't necessarily reptiles, so that's false, right? So let's go ahead and see it with, if we did it to snake. And we can just simply change it to whatever we need to be. But this is useful for if statements to make sure you don't execute code on something that might not be able to handle it, right? So, so suppose that basically the snake, let's see, do we have snake dot? So let's go ahead and see our snake for a second. Yeah, snake has a hiss method. So what we could do over here with that is if if a instance of snake, we could print out a dot hiss, right? And then we can do a cast over here. Right. In fact, casting is kind of a pain in the butt to do, so we actually will be using generics to try to avoid it, right? So over here we're saying, all right, and it wouldn't be a system.print line, my bad. It'd just be saying snake a dot hiss, and then parentheses over here, parentheses over here. We're saying treat a like a snake, and the syntax looks terrible, but hey, right? It's only going to print out hiss if the thing's a snake. Otherwise, it's not going to run it because, of course, we'd get an error in that case. So, but again, generics are going to be way more useful for doing that kind of thing, or at least preventing this kind of thing. But if you've got a collection like this, it's kind of useful to do that. It can be useful to do that. So instance of, there you go.